afternoon, evening, everybody. My name is Jamie Jew. Welcome back to a brand new video, and we are continuing on with our little Eurovision Knockout 2024 thing poll idea that I've been continuing on for about a good few weeks now. I don't know what else to call it anymore, but yeah, we're calling it that, so just go with it. So yes, last time we left off, we of course had the... I'm just going to adjust that slightly. Yes, last time we left off, we had of course the group stage all done and dusted. And of course, I let you guys deal with the votes for the round of 16 stages, which have since now come to an end. The voting is closed, and I can now officially reveal the results of each of those 8 polls, whereby it was like two countries against each other with their respective songs, and I'll give you the results of those, along with of course the tournament brackets in which they were going to be filling in. So without any further ado, let's get on with the round of 16 results. And in case you need a reminder on which particular teams are in the round of 16 against each other, here is a reminder of the bracket in front of you, so you know who is where and who potentially may face who in the quarterfinals. So let's begin the round of 16 results, beginning with Portugal versus Austria. This is of course Irlanda with Grito and Carlene with We Will Rave, both 2024 songs. And I can tell, well, in case you missed my little live stream the other night, I can tell you that this was probably the most closest one out of the entire lot. Now, I should stress that there is a particular result that has happened since then, which you can look back on it, but I took the results from 8 PM earlier tonight, and I can tell you it was definitely that result, but I did check it again afterwards, and it did change again with a very interesting result. But this was the result I took from 8 PM or more to point tonight on the 9th of July. So this is the clock off point. So without any further ado, it's time to reveal the result of this one. So I can tell you, well, first of all, I'm going to reveal it in terms of the total percentage that the winner got, and then I will reveal the country that got the win. So without any further ado, the winner, or the winning country, got 51% of the vote, and that went to this is how close it was, and the winner was, it was Austria, Carlene with We Will Rave. So that'll progress to the quarterfinals by the slimmerest of margins, Portugal picking up 49% of the vote. And yes, I can reveal, since then it has gone sort of 50-50, but I think Austria just sort of squeaking ahead in terms of the bars. So overall, Austria does get the gig, but I did take the results at 8 PM on the 9th of July, and it was 51-49 when I left it. Somebody else must have voted and made it 50-50, which is quite fun. But that was the result I took. Austria will progress to the quarterfinals, and we have to say bye-bye to Portugal. Next up, we have France versus Romania, and this was Je t'aime, Mon Amour by Slimane versus Yamame from 2023. And I can tell you that the winning country got 75% of the votes, and that went to France. It went to France by quite a long chalk, so Romania getting 25% of the votes. So unfortunately, we will be saying bye-bye to Romania for now, and France will be progressing to the quarterfinals. Next up, we have Switzerland versus Serbia. This is, of course, the code representing Switzerland, who, of course, won it this year, versus Ramonda, the song for Serbia. I can tell you that the winning song got 73% of the vote, and that went to... oh, yeah, it went to Switzerland by convincing fashion. And yeah, so Switzerland progressing to the next round, and Serbia picking up 27% of the vote, again by the calculations which I got the results from. So yeah, Switzerland progress after that, and will progress to the quarterfinals, where they will face the winner of this, Croatia versus Spain, Remtim Tagidim versus Zora. And this one, well, I think you can probably guess where this is going to go, but again, the winning song got 79% of the vote, and that unsurprisingly, went to Croatia. So Croatia stormed through to the quarterfinals, where I think you know who they're going to face, because I mentioned it a minute ago, but I'm going to save it just a little bit because I'll show you the bracket afterwards. Spain getting 21% of the vote. So we will be saying bye-bye to Spain from the competition, whereas Croatia progressed to the quarterfinals. Next up, it is probably one of the more closer ones on this round of 16 ties, was Slovenia versus Georgia. And yes, I can tell you this was fairly close. Not extremely close, but fairly close, this one. But I can tell you that the winning country getting 58% of the votes was Georgia, getting 58% of the votes. That was, of course, Veronica lost. It was Firefighter that was the winning song that beat Veronica to 42% of the total vote. So yeah, fairly close between the two of them, but not as close as the first one between Austria and Portugal was the other one. So yeah, it was a fairly close one thing, but Georgia winning out and going to the quarterfinals, whereas we say goodbye to Slovenia. Next up, it was probably one of the more bigger hitters. It was Germany versus Italy. This was Always on the Run versus La Noia. And I can tell you that the winning country getting a fairly chunky 71% of the vote was, unsurprisingly, Italy. They are progressing to the quarterfinals, Italy. So Germany picking up 29% of the vote. You know what? It was a bit closer than I was expecting. I was expecting it to sort of like soar into like the 80% stuff. So, you know, interesting set of votes there from all of you guys. So thank you very much for voting. And yeah, so Italy progressed, and we do say goodbye to Germany. Next up, it is Ukraine versus Denmark, the penultimate lot of the round of 16 ones. And this was Teresa and Maria versus the 2019 entry of Denmark, Love is Forever. But I'm not even going to spoil it. This wasn't even close. The winning country getting 89% of the vote was Ukraine. You voted for it in droves. It was an absolute landslide. Much like Labour in the UK general election, it was an absolute landslide for Ukraine over Denmark, who only got 11% of the vote. But you know what? I think getting even 11% for Denmark is still pretty impressive, especially going up against a beltering song like Ukraine's one this year. So Ukraine progressed to the quarterfinals, and we say bye-bye to Denmark. And finally, rounding off the round of 16 competitors was the Netherlands versus Czechia. And this is, of course, Europapa by Clean versus My Sister's Crown. Almost forgot the song then. My Sister's Crown for Vesna. So this one was actually a surprisingly close one. So I saw a couple of you on the comments actually wanting one country over another. And in fact, it made it a lot closer than I was expecting. But I can tell you that the winning country getting 57% of the vote, that's how close it was. The winning country progressing through to the quarterfinals was the Netherlands, picking up the dub. It was that close in the end to 43% for Czechia. A lot of you in the comments actually wanting Czechia over Europapa, which I found extremely surprising. But you know what? Fair play to Czechia for getting quite a substantial amount of votes in that one. They made it a lot closer than I was expecting. But unfortunately, we do have to say goodbye to Czechia, and the Netherlands progress to the quarterfinals. And here is the official quarterfinal brackets, where Austria play against France, or it's Austria versus France, Switzerland versus Croatia. That really should be the final, but it is what it is with the luck of the draw. Georgia versus Italy, and Ukraine versus the Netherlands. So we will begin the votes once again, starting from Wednesday. I'm going to say Wednesday morning, just to make it a little bit more interesting. And we need to speed it up a little bit, if I'm honest with you, considering that we just had the first semi-final match of the actual European Championships between Spain and France. I'm sure you know the result of it by now. Well done to Spain. By the time this video comes out, I don't know who the other winner is going to be between the Netherlands versus England. But honestly, I can care less. It is what it is. But nevertheless, get voting straight away as soon as you possibly can when the votes open on my community page for Austria versus France, Switzerland versus Croatia, Georgia versus Italy, and Ukraine versus the Netherlands. Remember, each of those are being released every 24 hours. I will start at this time at 8 a.m. for Austria versus France. Vote as many times as you like, get an extra day afterwards to continue voting. Then it's the cut-off point, and then I'll reveal the quarterfinal results accordingly. Otherwise, that'll do the end of this video. Get voting for those quarterfinalists. Otherwise, you know the drill by now. Subscribe for more of my Eurovision juicy goodness. Smash the like button on this video for good measure. And of course, ring the bell to get notified about the latest videos. Catch you again in the next one. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.